What's up, guys? Blade from Reddit Clips here, bringing you another video today. I want to talk this time about planning your attack strategy for war. Uh, you know, I think this is going to be really good information for a lot of you, especially if you're new to doing this. This is step one. This is step one to being good at 3 stars. You can't just cook golems, wizards, and augs, throw a go-ho at a base, and hope to get 3 stars because that is a quote-unquote 3-star strategy. No, you need to get in, you need to look at the enemy base, and you need to make a plan and really think it through if you want to be successful. So I'm going to talk quickly about what we do in Reddit Clips, what they do in Reddit Rangers, and just sort of go through the attack plan that I executed for my first attack in the war. And we'll go from there. So first of all, I will just share, this is what we would do in Reddit Clips historically. We use GroupMe as our third-party chat app to help us communicate, because as we all know, communication in-game is not the best. So we do most of our talking out there, and when it comes wartime, we'd go in, we'd scout out this base like so, we would snap a screenshot of it, we would take it into the Sketch app, where we would start drawing up on it. This is not a real attack plan, by the way. I'm looking at this base probably for the first time. I'm just drawing just to give you guys a visual of what we were doing. So we'd go in with Sketch, we draw in and say, hey, we're going to send golems, followed by heroes. They're going to go in here. Then, once they, take down some stuff, we're going to send in some hogs to go around the side. And we're probably going to need a heal spell right here. Then need a heal spell right here. Jump spell right here for these golems and stuff to make sure they go kill that queen and whatnot. So we go in, we draw all over this base a nice picture to show what we're thinking about, how we want to go about attacking this base. Then we share that picture in the clan GroupMe chat. In the GroupMe chat, then that's when we kind of go around and we discuss, well, is this the right way to go about it? What do we need to change? And you get some feedback from some of your clanmates who say, maybe you need to send the golems in from this angle. Maybe you should start the hogs from the top instead of the bottom. And you just get some really good feedback on how you can make your attack plan better and improve it. Because when you have more than one set of eyes, you notice different things. Maybe you imagine different places for giant bombs, as that's one of the things you're obviously very concerned about. Whatever, the extra sets of eyes just really do help you figure out the best way to go about your attack. So that's step one, and that's step one of what we do. Reddit Rangers actually seems to do really the same thing. When I was over there, they definitely had several people attacking or planning out their attacks either that exact way, I want to say, or maybe a little differently by using the Discord app, which Discord is a really neat communications app where you can not only do you have a chat where you can post pictures and stuff and talk about that, which some of them were just discussing their attacks that way, just as if we were doing it on GroupMe, but also you can set up like a voice call conference type thing. And so that was really nice. You could post a picture of the base you want to hit, and then you could be talking with 4 to 5 other clan members about how you want to go about that base. And I thought that was really neat. It was my first time doing anything like that. I really appreciated the opportunity to jump on a Discord session with them and get some feedback on my attack plan that I use for their number 13 beach. Doing this now, first of all, let me just say I am very proud of this attack. I thought it went really well. So yeah, part of why I'm showing this is just to show off, I guess. But also, unfortunately, I did not have as much available time as I would have liked over the weekend of this scrimmage. So this was really the only attack plan I got to be particularly involved in. So it's the only one I have a lot of information to share. Unfortunately, I really wish I could have been recording as we were doing the planning. That would be a lot of fun in the future. I hope that's something I'll be able to do. Very similar to what Jake at One Hive is doing with his Twidless sessions. I'd love to do something like that because, again, I think that for newer players, people who are wanting to learn how to 3-star, I think that seeing that type of thing, that's what's going to really help them take their game to the next level, take their planning to the next level when they're hearing other good players talk about how to tackle a base. I just think that is awesome. Okay, so here we go. I go in to scout this base just like I usually would. I take a screenshot of it. Obviously, since I was on the other side of the war, was unable to see the traps. So, the Teslas, giant bombs, all that stuff, I could not see that. I did not know for sure where it all was. I just had a regular blank screenshot like anyone else would. I went ahead and posted that in to GroupMe, and from there we actually took that and added it to the Discord chat where I jumped on for the Discord session to discuss this attack. Now, when I was drawing up, because I did my draw up first before discussing with them, and so what I was thinking, first of all, this double giant bomb set, kind of obvious, not necessarily a bad thing. The pathing is not bad for it. We end up finding out that it's not as good as it could have been. Definitely room to improve the pathing on this, but it's not bad. It seems like a pretty obvious spot for it, kind of close to the core, which is a pretty good thing to have for your giant bombs. Obviously, there's a couple other spots that these could have been. And they aren't all bad. I mean, some of them, the pathing for them works relatively well, but they're just also exterior to the base. I just didn't think they made a lot of sense, so I kind of dismissed those possibilities and really focused my attack in on this central giant bomb space where there actually were giant bombs. And then, of course, the other thing you got to focus on when you're planning at Town Hall 9 is the queen. So those are my two areas that I key in on and start to figure out, how do I want to plan this attack. First thought that I think a lot of people are going to have is, this is a very compact base. It's not hard to imagine sending in a bunch of golems from over here, going through this double giant bomb, and having a jump spell or something and your heroes and stuff, and be able to go over here and get the queen too. Just kind of sending all that stuff on a bit longer of a walk, but really getting a ton of value out of it by being able to get the giant bombs and the queen and deal with all that hard stuff and have plenty of hogs and stuff to finish up the rest. Well, unfortunately, that was not really an option for me. I did not think. I am a very new Town Hall 9. I do not have highly upgraded heroes, just 10 and 5 at the moment, and my golems are still just level 2, so I did not think there was any way that I would have enough juice to make it all the way through that much of the base and go get the queen that way. So I decided I needed to deal with these two issues separately. So what I decided then was I was thinking I could deal with this double giant bomb set with hogs. I thought, if I sent, 8 or so hogs through here, had a heal spell for them to make sure they survived, they could come in here, get this cannon, maybe go through here, trip these double giant bombs, maybe they all die. That's okay. It's only 8 hogs. My plan was I was going to do a cold-blooded entry with just a single golem. Since these heroes are kind of exposed, I thought I could get away with doing that with just one golem, followed by my heroes to go in here, kill that stuff, and with only using a single golem in my CC, I was going to have plenty of extra camp space to send plenty of hogs around the rest of this base. So this was my thought. I was thinking I would do that cold-blooded entry from the bottom, surgical hogs, start over here, just a few, because my golem hopefully is going to be tanking these 3 defenses. And I was thinking, if I drop this stuff really fast, I can get these 8 hogs in up here, well before these hogs ever make their way over here, to go in here, trip that bomb, and then I'd still have, say 10 hogs left over here doing work, and plus, I'd still have another maybe 12 or so hogs, coming in from this side of the base. And I thought, that probably would work out pretty well for me, save a heal for this spot. I was thinking double Teslas in both of these areas. Turned out to only be one in each of those areas, so I was thinking maybe another heal in this area to heal up that stuff. And let me clear the screen because that is just looking so messy. So that was my original plan that I drew up and took into the Discord session. They made some really great points. I just love doing this war so much because they had some really smart guys, some really good attackers, and so they back where they were able to give me some really awesome feedback where I was able to make a change and bring my golem in from right here with my heroes behind. So this ends up being the route we decide. Now there was some other discussion about other ways to enter this base. Oops, sorry, let me clean that up. not the best at drawing on here yet. There was one point where we discussed, what if I brought my golems and my heroes in from up here? I thought this made some sense because with my queen getting inside, which, we were hoping she would do, she might be able to come over here and take out this cannon, negating the pathing issues of going through that double giant bomb set. So I thought that was a pretty good idea. Then just drop our jump spell, let the golems go in here, king follow, kill out these heroes. That might work. Thought that could work because it's not as far of a distance as entering from over here, but still enables us to get a lot more value out of the kill squad than just by sending a single golem from this side. So that was one thought we went through. Ultimately, we ended up dismissing. We weren't sure. We just weren't confident that the heroes and golems would path the way we wanted. Felt like we were leaving too much up to chance on that one. So we did this where I sent in one golem here, wizards, behind a funnel, heroes coming in after, jump spell, poison spell to take out this stuff, and take care of it that way. Then they did agree with my take on sending in the 8 hogs up this way to negate this double giant bomb, take that out, sacrifice them all. That's fine. It's only 8. I'm using one golem. I still have 20 plus hogs left to come around, surgically deploy across the rest of this base, and just wipe it out. So this is sort of the gist of where we arrive. We agree there needs to be a heal spell right here. It needs to be one up here to make sure these hogs survive and get in and take out that giant bomb. And then, so here's where I was actually wondering, well, what else do I do with my heal spell? Maybe I could put it here, but look at that. That's like a level 1 wizard tower. That's not a lot going on down there that's really going to cause me too much trouble. I didn't know about that bomb, obviously, but it didn't seem like I would need it that much down there. So I was thinking quad Teslas here, so maybe a heal spell right in here made sense. But that was one of the other nice things that they convinced me of that I, ultimately made really worked out very well, is that I decided to use a rage on my kill squad. So let me go ahead, draw up the final attack strategy and a few final thoughts that I think were important and are good to keep in mind as you're drawing up your own attacks. I sent in my golem. I had a max golem in my CC. I sent him in like this, towards that archer tower. Instead of central on the cannon, I was hoping I'd be able to draw fire from this guy, this mortar tower over here. But actually didn't work out, but that's okay. I sent my wizards in behind. Once all this trash is down, I drop my jump spell, get my golem in there, wizards come up, I drop my archer queen to come in, make sure we're taking all this other stuff out. CC troops finally come out, I drop my poison, I drop my ridge right here, and I'm gonna put my king down like so. And this stuff is all just going to go down. So right then I'm thinking, I want to do this surgical deployment from up here. So I have another thought about this pathing, because I think, this pathing might not be the best. What if I send 5 hogs on this archer tower and only 3 hogs on the wizard tower? What this does, archer tower falls quickly, hogs go over here. Now I have this whole group of 8 hogs on the wizard tower. Then they come straight onto this cannon. Now they have a choice to go 2 tiles to this AD or 2 tiles to this AD. This is my thinking. So I'm like, well, let's do this, because then maybe only 4 hogs go over here and are lost to the double giant bomb, and only a couple go this way. Plus, maybe we only trigger that first giant bomb when we come in, that we hit them separately, and my heal spell is able to keep those hogs alive as they run through. So why don't we do that? Why don't we see how that works? I think there's a pretty good chance that could help. And then again, we started surgical deployment of hogs, from the bottom, going like so. So that's the ultimate plan we come up with. We agree, we feel pretty confident about this plan. So let's go ahead, let's go in, let's see how I execute. So here we go, taking a few seconds, obviously, to look at the base, and then, boom, gonna start with my golem right now. Golem down, wizards coming down after, just creating that funnel. My funnel was not wide enough, we'll say. You'll see that here in a second. But now I start to take down these defenses while things are concentrating on my golem. Jump goes down, Golem's inside. King stepping up, taking out some defenses. Now's the time to drop the king as the CC troops are coming out. I'm dropping my rage, got my poison down to help with those CC troops, and just go in, and time to start with surgical hogs up top. There they go in. CC is going down quickly, and my queen takes a walk, but that ends up being okay. And watch this. Just like I was thinking, these hogs do split up after that cannon. In fact, only one of them crosses that one giant bomb to go over to that AD. The rest of them go to the other AD, hit that Tesla, then a few go across and trigger that last bomb. Then my surgical from the bottom comes up, works just as planned. That heal spell helps me, gets a lot of those hogs right through all that stuff down there. Hit another giant bomb up here, but not a big deal. I've already totally destroyed this base. And so, yeah, I mean, what's going on here? Totally wrecked it. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized, where is my king in all of this? I see 2 dead defending heroes. Oh, yeah, there he is. I forgot to drop him. What an idiot I am. Fortunately, luck was on my side. Good planning was on my side. It worked out okay anyways, but I never sent my king in with the kill squad like I meant to go in and hit those heroes. The entire raid, I was thinking I did. I kept looking back to see what was going on, and just wondering, where is that king anyways? The heroes and CC all went down, so I wasn't obviously too worried about it, but I screwed up. So let's watch this one more time and see how this goes. We're going to zoom in a little bit. Ooh, sorry, that was weird. And just watch what happens here. So I drop the jump. Golem goes in there. I got some wizards here. You can see, I got 4 wizards sitting there, and the queen and the golem doing stuff. As we continue, let's see, there we go. CC troops finally come out. My wizards are engaging the queen and all that. And my queen here, you're going to see, actually is going to turn around and start shooting those heroes as well. She's going to start shooting that king. And my wizard is shooting that king. Now I've got them all raged up. Everything's in poison, so those guys are moving slowly. And just look at this rage. Now, all of the CC troops are focusing on that golem, and this wizard, boom, one-shots that balloon. Here, 1, 2, 3 shots this dragon, and the CC is down. The CC goes down. The CC troops and the enemy heroes go down so quickly because of that rage and how powerful wizards are inside of that rage that I never even realized that I forgot to drop my king like an idiot. But whatever, works out just fine. Let's go back up here. We'll show again what happens with my hogs. They do exactly what I ended up hoping, where they split up because of that pathing not working out too great, and trigger those bombs one at a time. In fact, only sending a couple hogs to even face those bombs. And that works out really, really nicely. And of course, the rest of my hogs just dropping down, just running through the space, really destroying it very quickly. And then again, of course, I finally realized I'm an idiot. I forgot my king. Let's drop him. In the chat afterwards, I was cracking up because the Reddit Rangers guys are over there calling it a swag king, which I thought was pretty hilarious, just like swagging a spell. Not on purpose at all. I had no idea. No idea that I wasn't going to need my king like that. Just sort of worked out. Luck and good planning came together on my side, and I was able to crush this base in 1 minute and 40 seconds. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this session. I hope you guys learned a little bit about planning. Hopefully in the future I can get some better planning videos together where we can actually go through that process of what it looks like to plan an attack and then go out and execute it. So thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me some comments if you have any critiques or anything you want to see more of here, and I will look forward to that. Until next time, peace.